Endosymbiosis Theory and Abiogenesis. Mr. Pontifex. NGC. 2014 to 2015, Endosymbiotic Theory. Theory that explains the origin of mitochondria and chloroplasts and their double membranes. Can also explain the rise of cells and their organelles. Symbiosis occurs when two different species benefit from living together. Large host cell ingested a bacterial cell to benefit from one another. The evidence mitochondria and chloroplasts both contain their own DNA. Their DNA is different than the DNA of the cells they are found in. Their genomes resemble bacterial genomes single/circular. Both organelles can only arise from pre-existing ones by dividing themselves. Contain their own protein synthesizing machinery. Antibiotics that can block bacterial protein synthesis can also block protein synthesis in mitochondria and chloroplasts. Abiogenesis theory that attempts to explain the origin of life. Scientists suggest that many years ago gases in the atmosphere had the ability to react upon being struck by lightning or other sources of energy. Gases would assemble into organic compounds which would further assemble into more increasingly complex molecules such as proteins. These proteins ultimately developed into living cells. The experiment. Miller-Urey, two scientists that attempted to replicate the conditions for the abiogenesis theory. Water was set to boil on a flask, the vapor would pass through a condenser and into a flask containing ammonia, methane, and hydrogen, atmosphere. Resulting mixture was subject to a 50 kV spark. The resulting tar-like substance was then analyzed. Amino acids were found, building blocks of life, as well as carbs. Miller-Urey experiment. Problems with the experiment. It is difficult to create the same conditions that Earth experienced many years ago. Oxygen in the atmosphere could have prevented some of the reactions from forming organic compounds. AAS were formed but in the wrong conformations. There are LAAS as well as DAAS. Left form AAS are common in living things. Coordination of many proteins in correct order is almost impossible to create a cell. Too many probabilities.